And in your own life, where would you say that you feel the hate the most?
I feel like I kind of internalize a lot of the hate, so it feels like it mostly comes from myself at this point because
the hate that you blame other people for might be coming from yourself. I hope she heard what she just said. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants. Kind of slurred my words just then. Shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. One of the woke absurdities is certain groups always screaming out at others, you hate us, we're so hated. Now I get hate, it's part of the human condition, but is it as prevalent as what they say, as maybe some of these groups polarize themselves into the position of being a victim and all they see is the world hating them? Could that possibly be because they themselves are full of hate, so they look out at the world and they see what they are? They see what it is about themselves that they're not connected with, where a lot of the great wisdom would say, what you like about other people is what you like about yourself. What you dislike about other people is what you dislike about yourself. The wisdom that says the world is your mirror. What you see is what you are. But if you're blaming other people for what you are, you'll always be giving your power away. You think it's coming from them. But if we see what we are, we can do something about it. If we're filled with self-hate, of course it seems like everybody hates us because we feel hate all the time. But if we realize, oh, it's actually self-hate, then we can go in and actually do something about it to transcend the really yucky condition that's inside of us. So with that said, I'm going to take a look at a riveting interview that a man on the street did with LGBTQIA plus 2A LMNOP activists. Kind of interesting. Let's take a look.
there's so much trans hate in the world. There's so much trans hate in the world right now, and I'm so done with it. And pride just means that we are unabashedly happy.
She seems happy, unabashedly happy.
Just to be alive.
Yeah. And where do you personally feel that that hate is coming from?
Most places, but especially the government.
The government? You mean the government that is pro-LGBTQ and anti-American? The government that hired Sam Britton, who is legitimately a felon, in order to have diversity? The same government that has hired Rachel Levine to do whatever Rachel Levine does? That government, you think hates you?
And in your own life, where would you say that you feel the hate the most?
I feel like I kind of internalize a lot of the hate, so it feels like it mostly comes from myself at this point because
pretty legit question and answer session. You know, good questions have the ability to compel someone to become a little bit more self-aware. And I think that's beautiful. And being real, it's not to excuse actual hate in the world. There's evil, demented people that hate. And no matter who you are, what group you are in, what category you are in, what you identify as, there's going to be someone out there that hates you. And being real, they probably don't hate you, they probably just hate themselves and project it onto you. So realize that's real. But the problem of hate, I do think it's exaggerated for political gain. Now, a man that I truly love and admire, which I'm sure you do too, Justin Trudeau. He is a man that certainly stands against hate for LGBTQ activists. I mean, he actually hates freedom, but luckily he stands against hate for this group. Let's take a look at what Justin has to say.
It's scary to see what's happening in the United States, whether it's 2S LGBTQI plus rights.
Gotta stop him right there.
2S LGBTQI plus.
He said that well. Compare that to when he hasn't rehearsed heavily the name of this group that he truly doesn't care about, but he pretends to care about for his own political gain. So let's see how he actually naturally pronounces this.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LBG. LGBTQ2 plus.
He's like, yeah, I've never said it before because I don't care about him, but man, that was hard to get through. Okay, back to the important message he had. By the way, notice the sincere face. Like, this looks very sincere. It's concerned and it's very sincere. It's not a manufactured facial tone. I mean, this guy is honest.
That are constantly being attacked. My government will never let it happen.
No, we'll never let it happen. We're going to shut down anybody who crusades for freedom, but we'll never let this happen.
My government will always stand up unequivocally for women's rights, for 2S LGBTQI plus rights.
Will you always stand up for women's rights? Justin? It's like, screw women's sports. Let's get the men in there. By the way, I so appreciate him being inclusive of the 2SIA plus community. I do think Trudeau's right. The 2S portion of that community, they're ones that receive the most hate. And he's right. That is a major problem here in the U.S. I see people every day who are just filled with hate for people with two spirits. They're out there, they're finding people with two spirits because you can see it, you can feel it, you can perceive it because it's reality. And then they go after them with violence. The people with two spirits. I think two-spirited people are the most oppressed people out there. I don't even know if we should call them people because I identify as not a spirit, but two spirits, which is like bipolar spirituality, which is a beautiful thing. So I believe everything Justin Trudeau says. With that said, this is just ridiculousness in action. I think the best antidote for ridiculousness is shining the light of awareness on it, because if something is ridiculous, and if you have like a deceptive dictator like Trudeau, who is ridiculous, everything about him is, when you have the light of awareness on the ridiculousness, you see it as ridiculous. Therefore, you're immune to it. You see, hey, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to fall for it. It's good immunity, rather than it being camouflaged as sincerity, a concern, like, hey, we're doing this for your protection. But if you can see it's ridiculous, cool. You have freedom from that tyrannical agenda, because you can see it's ridiculous. And if you're not a ridiculous person, you're not going to willingly consent to something that is ridiculous. The truth shall set us free, and the light of awareness helps us see what's true by helping identify what's not true. I love it. With that said, my freedom-loving friend, I look forward to seeing you on our next video, but before you go, I want to tell you about something. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that regular sauna sessions can be one of the best things you can do for your health. But some of the biggest problems that prevent people from reaping the major health benefits from saunas are having a home sauna unit can be super expensive and take up a lot of valuable space in your house. Or driving to a facility with saunas can eat up a lot of your valuable time. But worry about those problems no more, because Bond Charge has solved them with their infrared sauna blanket. Along with being the most cost-effective sauna system on the market, it's potent, it gets super hot, gives you the benefits of infrared saunas, and it also doesn't take up valuable space in your home. It's compact, you just roll it out when you want to use it, then you clean it and put it away. The benefits that I use it for are boosting my metabolism, detoxification, accelerating recovery, and reduced stress and relaxation. Before I used this bad boy for the first time, I was skeptical, thinking, oh, it's going to be weak, it's not going to compare to a box sauna. But I'm delighted to say I was wrong. It gives me all the power and heat that I need. If you want to bring all the benefits of an infrared sauna into your life in the most cost-effective, easiest way possible, then just go to bondcharge.com/JPReacts. And while you're there, use the discount code JPReacts for 15% off. Enjoy.